Alright, this tutorial is on how to use the buggy to defeat ground noobs by utilizing wing driving and wing ramming techniques. Now, ground noobs can be very difficult to catch in the buggy if they are maintaining a high speed. And they may, if they're very skilled at ground noobing and they know some of the tricks that I'm about to show you, you may not be able to catch them with the buggy, and you may have to use the jet. And I have another tutorial on how to use the jet to catch ground noobs, and you should take a look at that. But most noobs don't know what I'm about to show you, and that is that you lose a lot of speed when you are turning. You can take a look at my speed right now. I'm going about 130 miles an hour, 140, 150. When I turn, you can see it goes way down. I'm down to 100 now. And if I do a really hard turn, you can see it burns your speed almost completely away down to like 40. So that's the best time to get a ground noober, is when they're making some kind of course adjustment. And the way you can do that is by making course adjustments faster than they can. And you do that by using wing driving. Now, wing driving is using the wing while on the ground to quickly change your direction. You can see here I'm tapping the wing, which will quickly, without losing much speed at all, change which way I'm going. Basically, this will work as long as stall blending isn't enabled on the server, and most servers don't have it enabled because it's not enabled by default. And why would you want to play on a stall blending server? I don't know, because it drives me crazy. But anyway, if stall blending isn't enabled, you're exploiting kind of a programming issue in the game where you will always be headed toward the front of your vehicle while your wing is deployed. You can't go backwards or at an angle. You'll always go to the front once your wing is deployed. So you can use that to quickly change what direction you're going. You can see now if I'm in the air and I turn around upside down and turn my wing off and then turn it back on again, you can see you can use that as actually an aerial technique to quickly change direction. But you can also use it on the ground. And basically what you want to do is you're driving at high speed, and then you start to just a little bit change your course like I'm doing here, and then tap your wing on and off. It will sometimes make you kind of bounce up and down. You can see that my vehicle bounces, and sometimes it'll make you want to spin out like that. That's because when you activate the wing, it kind of causes you to want to dive into the ground, just because you're holding down on the up arrow or the W key, which would be a dive if you were flying. So that's why it kind of makes you bounce. You can get around that also by momentarily, when you deploy the wing, momentarily letting off of the gas. And then you'll just kind of float in midair, and then as you hit the ground again, go back hard on the gas. So basically, to use this to get a ground noober, what you're going to want to do is try to take an angle of pursuit. You want to not go directly toward them. You want to try to get them at an angle. And then as you approach them, what you want to do is use your wing. You want to engage your wing right as you're coming up next to them. And it's actually your wing that does the ramming. And it's a much more reliable way to ram than trying to run into them with your vehicle, and it's much more useful. And you can see how I'm able to maintain a high amount of speed even while going around in a circle around them. I mean, you won't be able to go super fast if you're circling like I am right now, but still it's much faster than trying to drive in this circle. So that's using your wing to ram and to pursue ground noobers. And like I said, the most important thing is to take an angle of pursuit.